Kraus, labor liaison with the law firm of Fine, Olin, and Anderman. Today I'm joined by Vincent Rosillo, a partner at the firm, and we are going to discuss workers' compensation settlements. Hi Vincent. People use the word settlements often in legal cases, but what exactly are we referring to with workers' compensation cases?
Hi, Kathy. Under the New York State workers' compensation law, you can stipulate to settle all aspects of your workers' compensation case, but most people are referring to Section 32 settlements when they discuss settlements under the law. And Section 32 settlement simply refers to a section of the workers' compensation law which allows you to permanently close your case.
Okay, so what exactly is a Section 32 settlement?
You can close or resolve anything with a Section 32 settlement, but generally speaking, it's a lump sum payment to permanently close your case.
Why would someone agree to permanently close their case? Normally, don't you have the right to reopen your case?
There are a number of reasons why an injured worker may want to permanently close their case. Usually, it's someone who's entitled to receive weekly money spread over a number of years. And rather than have the money spread out, they prefer to receive one lump sum payout. By doing that, they are cutting any ties with the insurance company and don't have to wait for the checks to come every week or so.
Okay, so how is the lump sum payment calculated?
Each case is different and it depends on the number of factors. If your case is subject to a cap, then it depends upon your degree of disability, the number of weeks left in your cap, as well as your rate of compensation. If your case is older and not subject to a cap, it depends upon the amount of the weekly benefit and your age.
Is the lump sum payment tax-free?
Yeah, just like the regular weekly checks are tax-free, this lump sum payment to you, the injured worker, is tax-free.
So now you mentioned closing the case permanently. I know that under the workers' compensation law, an injured worker is entitled to lifetime medical care. Is that an issue when negotiating a Section 32 resolution?
It certainly is an important issue. For most people, the lifetime medical care is the most important part of their workers' compensation case. For those people, we try to negotiate a settlement that would keep the lifetime medical care open. But the insurance company may not want to agree to that. And then we will discuss the possibility with the client, and the client has to decide what's more important. If keeping the medical is important, then we just won't be able to resolve it with a Section 32 settlement.
Okay, so the claimant does not have to accept a Section 32 settlement.
No, Section 32 settlements are purely voluntary on both sides. Just as we can't force an insurance company to settle your case, the insurance company can't force you to settle the case.
What role does the board play in these settlements?
The Workers' Compensation Board wants to make sure that every injured worker understands the ramifications of the settlement, especially in those cases where the injured worker is giving up the right to lifetime medical care. So the Workers' Compensation Board reviews every single agreement, and in those cases where the claimant is giving up the lifetime medical care, a hearing will be held and an administrative law judge will review the case, ask the claimant questions just to make sure that the client understands what's going on. In addition, the board will review the terms to make sure that the terms are not unconscionable. So if the board believes that the terms are unconscionable or if the claimant doesn't understand, then the board will reject the settlement.
Why is it important, do you think, to have a lawyer if the board reviews the agreement?
The board only reviews the agreements. It doesn't negotiate the agreement. So it's important to have someone on your side who's familiar with the workers' compensation law and your case negotiate the terms of the settlement. The insurance company has someone on their side who will review it, so you want someone on your side to look it over.
Does the attorney charge a fee?
Yes, there is a fee based upon the services rendered on your behalf, as well as the amount of the settlement. The Workers' Compensation Board will review the fee request and determine if it's appropriate. By law, it can't exceed 20% of the settlement, and usually it's lower than that.
Okay. So based upon what you said, it seems like a very, closing your case would be a very serious decision. How do you feel about that?
It's very serious to close your case, especially if you're closing the medical portion of your case. A lump sum may sound like a lot of money at the time, but we know how quickly you can spend money, especially on healthcare if you're not getting the lifetime medical protection. The cost of healthcare keeps rising, and you would be personally responsible for that. If you have private health insurance, that company is not responsible for paying for work-related illnesses and injuries. So that cost will have to be borne by you out of pocket. Even if you have Medicare, there are very strict rules regarding Medicare. So you have to be careful if you do decide to settle a case in this way, especially if you're giving up the medical treatment.
So just to clarify, can you tell us how a Section 32 settlement differs from a loss of use SLU award?
There's a big difference. A scheduled loss of use award is really a payment for the permanent loss of use to a limb, and that number is arrived at based upon your doctor's findings as well as the insurance company doctor's findings, and that lump sum payment is to compensate you for that permanent loss of use. But even if you resolve a case that way, you still are entitled to lifetime medical care, and you do have the right to reopen your case in the future if your condition worsens, which is not true with the Section 32 settlement generally.
Well, thank you so much for providing us with this information today. I know that each and every case is very different, and Section 32 settlements are not for everyone. So if you have a question, please feel free to contact us at 1-800-522-9001 or visit our website, www.foalaw.com. Thank you, Vincent, for your time today.
Thank you, Kathy.